Hello guys. Um, I've been going through my YouTube videos and obviously from the messages and the comments, negative or positive from all my videos. I just want to focus on this one at this present moment in time. Um, the two videos that I'd like to do a bit of backstory on is Police Scotland at my door and Police Scotland at my door again. Um, I was never interviewed, as you can see in the second video. But obviously I want to be able to put my version of events across. I've never had an opportunity to do this, so I want to do this now. And hopefully it should give more clarity to obviously what happened. Um, I believe the day was Tuesday. I was doing shopping like I usually do at my local superstore. There was a few people obviously at this superstore waiting outside, obviously, whilst I was waiting for a taxi to get home. Um, the young lady in question, I could see that she had her children, three of them, I believe, a pushchair, and seemed very distressed. Um, she was asking the other people that I know from, living around this area, if they could help her out with some money. They were unable to do this. The time was creeping towards, I believe, 10:30. It's usually about the time when I usually get picked up from my taxi. Um, so I needed to get home quickly. So I was eagerly waiting my taxi to turn up, and I could see that this young lady would need to walk home as she was trying to collect money for either a taxi or shopping. Like I say, I was unsure what she was trying to get the money for. Um, so I offered her a lift home. I thought I was doing something kind. I knew that she had a child or two children. I'm unclear on how many in the same nursery as my youngest child. So I thought I was doing a kind thing by giving her a lift home. It would save her time. She'd be able to get home quickly. Everything was hunky dory. Normal, weird taxi ride because between two people, obviously don't really know each other. So there wasn't very conversation in there. Obviously, I was talking with the taxi driver like I always do. We pulled up outside the house. I took my shopping out from the taxi, paid the taxi driver. The young lady got herself out. I'm unclear whether the taxi driver took the pushchair from the boot and got it out for her. I'm unclear about that as I was taking my shopping into my garden. As the taxi driver leaves, she turns to me and thanks me, which was very nice, for giving her a lift home. I then proceed to take my bags from my gate, which is at the bottom of my garden, to my house. I think I was able to move 2 or 3 bags before she was back at the gate again. This time she seemed very, very distressed, accusing me of stealing her prescription medication. Um, at this point, obviously, I didn't know she had any prescription medication. I was taking her word for it. So I stood there. I checked my shopping bags. Obviously, most of my shopping was still for me. There was no, prescription bag. You people know what the prescription bags are, or boxes in my bags. So obviously, I informed her that they weren't there. She accused me of stealing them. She needed them. She was dependent on these. I'm unclear what these prescription pills were. So I could see that she was getting more and more and more distressed. So I thought the best thing to do would be to ring the taxi driver because obviously they're not here with us. So could the taxi driver check the boot and uh, the back seat of the car where she was sitting? Maybe she had the packet in the back seat with her. I rang the taxi driver. The taxi driver informed me that no, it wasn't there. At this point, I still don't know whether she actually does have pills or not. I'm having to take her word for it. So I'm feeling a little bit, I don't really know you. You're now blatantly accusing me of stealing your tablets. So at that point, I thought the best course of action would be to obviously give her the opportunity, if she believes that, I've stolen them, to inform the police. The reason that came about is because she informed me that whatever the pills were, if she was to ring the pharmacy that she got them from, they wouldn't issue her anymore without a police report. Obviously, I've never really ever taken prescription medication from the pharmacy. I may have done when I was a child, but not in my actual adult life. That you know, paracetamol maybe, but apart from that, do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that procedure works. Nothing happened. This was back in October, November of 2015. And the video that is there is about January, February time, when a taxi driver, obviously same taxi driver I had that night, that day, sorry, had informed me that he had been contacted by the police. So I knew eventually that the police would come and speak to me and want to get my version of events, obviously, because I assumed she called the pharmacy and the pharmacy did whatever she said that the pharmacy does. I'm not sure. All I know is that the police turned up at my door. And as you can see from the first video, they wanted to talk to me. Like I say, I'm under no obligation whatsoever to help them with their jobs. The reason I'm like that is because I've had bad experiences with the police before, being a protester, having a free thinking mind, and I speak my mind very clearly, as these videos do show. Do you know what I'm saying? I get the response that I get. Obviously, sometimes maybe I should deal with myself in a more polite way, because we live in a civil society, but I don't believe we live in a civil society. So I conduct myself how I conduct myself. I won't apologise for it. I do what I do. So that is the backstory to it. I was detained not so long ago for unpaid fines, as you will see in the video. Like I say, I'm not obligated to give my name, as you see in that video. I think I got a bit of negative for that, but obviously that's why I'm doing this backstory. Because non-payment of fines is not an arrestable offence, as you will hear in that video. As you heard in the Police Scotland at my door again, by you complying with them, I'm innocent. I could have gone through their system, their rings, and did what every other person does. But because I've always, every time that I've been in front of a judge, a police officer, had some kind of, I wouldn't say police brutality, but I wouldn't say it's very professional. So that's what leads me to be the person that I am now. As I say, guys, I will try and give more, content to these stories if they are involving things that have happened. But obviously, as usual, guys, peace and love. I'm sorry this video took a while to get out there, and I hope you guys can understand a little bit more about what happened and what transpired.